What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday evening. It is the 49ers fans Uncut late night call-in show. I got Sourdeath Sam and BNA Music coming on. Let's run the intro and get into this thing.
You dialed into the right place. And now your host, Ryan Hensley.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. This is your chance to talk. I'm going to drop the link in just probably like 10, 15 minutes. Before I do that, I want to introduce these guys because they're my co-hosts for this show every single week. But I feel like they need a fancy introduction because they're fancy people. So let's do the thing.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Sourdeath Sam and BNA Music. Give it up for Sourdeath Sam and BNA Music. Yes.
What's up, dude? I like that. That was crazy.
Hey, I'm trying to step my production level up, man. I mean, you got Kyle 5000 over there. I can at least add in an introduction, I feel like.
Well, we got the music. We're like the only show with the music, dude. We got Brooks in the house. What's going on, dude? Dude, if I say something sick, can you punctuate it with the electric guitar? Just like I'll point at you. I'll do my best to cue you, and then just hit me with a riff, dude.
Yeah, this is the vibe I was going for, man. This is how we want to do it. This is why I put you two together. This is perfect. I'm excited about this. This is the chance for 49ers fans to call in, give us their takes. But before they do it, I definitely want to get your guys' takes on the game, man. We witnessed week 1 against the Steelers. The 49ers handled business. BNA, let me get you first. How do you feel, man, after week 1? What are your thoughts?
The fun part about week 1 is you get to overreact and nobody cares whether it goes wrong, whether it goes right. This is the fun part. It's the first victory Monday or victory Tuesday if your team played on Monday night. And it's a good feeling to, not start slow for the first time in a while and actually come out and whoop ass on both sides of the ball and special teams for the first time in a while. It's nice to actually come out the game and nobody gets, a season-ending injury to start the year off, or they're, like how many times have you seen like where Kittle starts off the year dinged up because somebody threw him a hospital ball? Oh, Jimmy. But it's good. We dominated the way we did on the road in a tough environment. It's good to see that, Brock is that dude. Like, shout out to Brock, because for him to, it's just something cool about the way he carries himself, because he's only 23, but he has the swag like he's like 35 years old. He even dresses like a dad. Like, I saw his little swag on Twitter. He dresses like a dad. Like, this dude is grown. He's a grown-ass little man. Like, I love it. So
yeah, Brock is cool, man. He's definitely a cool dude.
It was definitely a great win. Fred Warner hitting everything with a pulse. Dre Greenlaw's out there striking everything. Defense just looked nasty. Like, I love it. Like, it was great. It was great. You see, got my Hot Boys.
Yeah, Hot Boys. There you go.
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
Yeah, what you think, Sam? Man, how you feeling right now after week 1?
Well, real quick, I wanted that Hot Boys shirt so bad. I remember I looked online everywhere, and I was like trying to find the real deal one because there was a lot of replicas, but that's a whole other journey in my life. I thought the game was really reassuring. I think we had spent a lot of the offseason, as is standard with 49ers and 49ers Twitter. I think we spent a lot of the offseason sort of worrying about a million different things at once. We were curious about the quarterback position. We were concerned about the holdout. We were wondering about what the Wilkes defense was going to look like in the wake of so many talented defensive coordinators leaving the building and starting their own teams effectively. And it was really reassuring to see all of the pieces come together, not just not just well enough, but with like authority. Like I think on on every side of the ball, we saw a level of dominance that we hoped we would see. And it sort of, I think it jolted anyone who might have felt jaded about this offseason to wake us up that we are still a Super Bowl contending team. And especially in the wake of all of the results of week one, again, week one is sort of fodder for overreaction because I don't think, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to lose many more games. I don't think that Lamar Jackson is going to put up many more stinkers. Like we have a lot of players who are going to start making statements as they go along. We just got the luxury of getting it up front, and now we just have to hope for that consistency.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Like, I kind of I've said this word or this phrase probably like 4 times over the last week, but I'm trying to like explain myself as a fan. I'm 44 years old, man. I've been a fan of the 49ers for as long as I can remember. And but it's been a minute, and I really want a Super Bowl. I want my kids to see a Super Bowl. And so I approach every season, I kind of emotionally hedge. That's the phrase I've been using because I'm protecting myself from not getting too excited. I kind of hope for the best, but expect the worst. And, early in the week, I said, hey, man, Pittsburgh's going to win this one. And then they signed Bosa, and Kittle started practicing. Ray was back. I'm like, I can't do it, man. I got to go. My Niners are going to win. They're going to pull it off. And they did, man. And it's great. They looked really good. They started fast, clicking on all cylinders. Not many negatives at all in that game. Very few, if any. Maybe penalties, 11 penalties for 85 yards. That's probably the big thing. Some pass protection could be a little better. But outside of that, man, it was a great game, great start, and I'm looking forward to the season, man. So I feel like we need to give it up for the Niners. I feel like, yeah, man. B&A, can you hit us with something, man?
Is my volume good?
Let's go.
Yes, man. I gotta get him again, man. I gotta get him again. Yeah. Oh man, this is the vibe I've been waiting for, man. I appreciate you guys being here. I love it. We have music. We got Sam here. Man, all we need is Kyle 5000. If we could put him like in the middle of the screen, that would.
I know he sleeps until I put him in sleep mode till Wednesday to make sure he doesn't get too grumpy on me.
I love that he's a huge Rich Madrid fan.
Oh well, because Rich watches tape, dude. The only person he doesn't like is Grant. I've tried to tell him Grant's a really nice guy in person, but he doesn't give a fuck, dude. I mean, he doesn't like Grant one bit. So I've had to tell Grant, I'm like, hey, look, man, it's not personal. It's just my robot. But Grant just wants you to bring the noise, dude. He's not afraid of anything.
You know what's great about this show right now is Jim Everett is here, and I actually appreciate it. He's a Rams fan. He's tuning in. Jim, tune in for, I think, tomorrow. Me and the coach are going to be talking Rams and Niners tomorrow. But today me and Sam and B&A, we're going to be talking about just Niners today. But I appreciate you being here. And then my guy Melvin is a Cowboys fan. So we got Cowboys fans, Rams fans tuning in, not only Niner fans. I think that's dope. And I appreciate you guys being here.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Welcome.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys this. The thumbnail on this is the 49er fans with the Lombardi trophy and the word possible on there. How are you guys feeling about, I think B&A went first last time. Let's get you, Sam. Like, how are you feeling about the possibilities of the 49ers winning the Super Bowl?
I'm going to be careful about what I say because I am a little superstitious and I don't want to exude an overconfidence that makes me feel culpable if something does not go right. Yeah. What I will say is that it kind of felt like we were all throwing paper airplanes and, sticking gum under our table and being just degenerate idiots online. And then the fucking teacher walked in and we're paying attention. Like everything clicked so well in week 1. And especially with being in contrast with so many other teams that we thought were such sure bets, and they're not getting the results they're looking for. I mean, obviously the Jets is a unique situation, but Baltimore I had really high hopes for. I still do. I think they need to tie it together. I think they need to shore up their running back problem. And what I feel at this moment, and by the way, NFC wise, I think the Eagles did not look bulletproof. I think they looked good. I think they did not look bulletproof. And so what I believe is that we have a wealth of skill position treasure. And so long as we are not susceptible to the weaknesses of our depth chart, we will find success deep into the postseason. And from there, you can speculate based on however the magic turns out at that point. Because the one thing that I've learned as a fan getting older is that there's a certain magic that kicks in after the bye week. Like certain teams will just like squeeze into a groove. It could be a team that you didn't think had a chance to get in the playoffs. All of a sudden they get hot, they get cocky, they get fired up.
Yeah.
They're dangerous. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. I feel good, and I was surprised to see that other teams that I thought were bulletproof, perhaps even better off than we were, did not show themselves as resilient.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think you're dead on there. It is, and it's typically been the 49ers after the bye week. They get hot. But now we're hot early, at least week 1.
Right. Very weird circumstance. I'm so used to the opposite.
Yeah. B&A, what do you think, man? What are the odds of the 49ers get to the Super Bowl this year? How are you feeling about that?
I know there's a lot of conversation about one being week 1, and you looked at how we played the Steelers. It's like, are we really that good, or were the Steelers that bad? And I think there's a lot to be said, even if the Steelers, let's say if that is true, the Steelers are bad and we're just that good. You can kind of tell because there's a saying that you kill a gnat with a sledgehammer. And I think in years before, we'll play teams that were clearly on paper we're better than, but we play with our food. We're having shootouts with the Raiders or some dumb shit. And to actually go out there and on all sides of the ball and just, put these dudes out their misery early, quick, fast, get out of town, healthy. That shows that I think we're a different team from years past, where we're not playing around with teams that we should be beating the brakes off from the jump.
Yeah. I mean, the talent is there on this team. It's really, can we stay healthy? Obviously, knock on wood. Always got to knock on wood when I talk about that. That's the key, right? We got to stay healthy. And we'll see like what we can do against these elite teams when we meet them in the playoffs. The good news is I think it's actually good news this year that the 49ers get to play some elite teams in the season, right? We play the Cowboys, we play the Eagles, so we're going to get ready early as opposed to, I think some years we haven't had much opportunity competing against playoff caliber teams until the playoffs. So we'll see. We'll be able to see pretty soon what we're really made of. So yeah, man, I'm just excited about the season.
Me too.
Looking forward to seeing it all play out. I put the link in the chat for those that want to call in. I do have Case 49 backstage and Johnny C. Stephen Collins put it politely. I have been calling out people to show up. They never really do. I don't understand why, but people like to call me out of my name and be very disrespectful on Twitter. And I'm simply asking they come on my show. Let's have a conversation. Instead of just taking jabs at each other, let's actually talk it out. And you can explain to me why you get so upset when I tweet the things I tweet. But no one's here yet. Hopefully you guys show up.
Am I your defense attorney?
That's why you're here. That's why you're here.
Sam and Brooks law firm. We're here to defend you, dude. We got your back.
I handle the PR.
That was the PR.
Yeah, he just plays the guitar at all the press conferences. People just fall, they just fall.
Well, let's get Case 49, who's always a regular caller. Jesse Naylor's calling me. I can't talk, Jesse. I'm live on YouTube, but wait, should we take the call?
Take it.
Yeah.
Jesse. I'm live on YouTube right now. I just wanted to answer the phone for everyone to see. Check. I'll call you later, brother. All right, that's Jesse, man. What a great guy Jesse is, man. For those who know him.
Here, not the phone.
Yes, exactly. Well, let's talk Pop Case 49 on, man. What's up, Case? How you doing, brother? Case, are you there, my friend?
Radio.
Yo, sir, are you there, my guy? All right. Well, Case we'll add him later. Johnny C, what's up, Johnny?
Oh,
What's going on, Sourdeath? What's going on, BNA? What's up, Ryan? How you doing?
What's up, my man? Doing great, man. Good to have you here as always.
So, Ryan, you know I don't get overconfident with one win, but the defense is better than it was last year. Our interior defensive line, because of Hargrave, has saved Armstead's career. And I like the fact that Kyle didn't get in his own way and the offense hummed. This was all good. However, the 11 penalties I wasn't happy about. But that was the one negative. And the right side of the offensive line, Ryan, I'm not going to blame McKivitz for getting ruined by a Hall of Fame player. That's okay. But if Burford gets 3 penalties again, I'm going to need him benched.
Why? Let me ask you this. I'm going to mute you because for some reason you always got to echo, and then when it's your turn to talk, I'll unmute you. But why are you okay with Colton McKivitz getting beat by TJ Watt? Aren't we going to face guys like TJ Watt in the playoffs? Wouldn't it be better if there was a solution there?
Okay. This is true. The only thing is, it was his first start, and he was facing a Hall of Fame talent. I figure as he gets experience against other teams, he could improve as the year goes on. Now, if he makes it a habit of giving up 3 sacks a game, then something has to change there. But I can't hammer the guy over one game. And on the bright side of everything, Ryan, our kicker made every kick. That is a positive. That's even a win because it didn't look good in the preseason.
Yeah.
But all in all, and Ryan, it's already started. McCaffrey, 1,000 and 1,000. That's happening. There's no if he's going to play 17 games, and he looks like that, he might get up to 1,500 rushing yards, Ryan.
Wow. Well, I mean, we'll see, man. I mean, he's got to stay healthy too. I would prefer less yards, run game, yes, passing yards, and more CMC in the playoffs. Like that's what I'm hoping for, man. Like that's one thing I was like, if I'm gonna be critical at all, that's the one thing I'm like, you could have probably pulled him out like
he could have, but he didn't play at all in the preseason, and he was giving them touches, which I kind of get a little bit. And Mitchell was really ineffective when he was in there, so I understand why he was still in there when he was. And there's one more positive I got for you guys. What happens when Kittle gets involved in the passing game? This offense has too many things that it could do to ruin your day. And Purdy, decision-making was on point. Had a couple throws that were a little bit dangerous, but the ball was coming out. There was accuracy. And Ryan, you were a basketball coach. Just think of Purdy as a point guard.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what he is. That's what he reminds me of. He's a point guard, right? He gets the ball into the player's hands. Sam, BNA, you guys have any questions for Johnny or any responses to anything he's saying?
Well, for sure. The one thing that sticks out is the CMC comment, because I remember there was a point where Shanahan had effectively said, like, yeah, we're not going to use him as much as we did last season. And last season, I feel like he jumped in the middle of the season, and it was kind of like getting like a brand new car. You just wanted to drive it every single moment you could. But it got to the stage in Pittsburgh where even in the back of my head, I was like, we should probably let this motherfucker rest a little bit, because like it felt like he was getting, I don't want him to wear the tires down, because as exceptionally talented as Christian McCaffrey is, like he is not I don't think of him as a bulletproof physical specimen that is incapable of getting injured. In fact, the history might suggest otherwise. So in my head, I wouldn't mind seeing a little more Elijah Mitchell. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of a switch up in that category, even a little Jordan Mason. But at the same time, I think in Kyle's head, he's thinking, I forgot which player said it, but they said, if Kyle could design any player from scratch, it'd be Christian McCaffrey. And so you have to believe in Kyle's head, he's sitting there being like, just one more hit, like just one more play, just one more play. Like he's just addicted to the fact that this guy is such a perfect extension to what he wants to draw up. And to your Kittle point, it's clear that every offense is sort of custom crafted towards the opposing defense's tendencies. Well documented. If you've listened to the Play Callers, which is a brilliant podcast, kind of goes into this a little bit in detail. So you're right. I think the flavor of the week during the Steelers week was CMC and Ayuk just going to town. I imagine we're going to see a Debo day. I imagine we're going to see a Kittle day. I actually thought Kittle was going to dominate against the Steelers, but they had other plans and it worked out. So hopefully they give CMC a little rest. And I'm excited, too, to see all the diverse ways that they choose to deploy that offense.
Yes, sir. BNA, I'm going to let you get the next one because we got to keep it pushing. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a lot of guys backstage. So, BNA, I want you to respond to the next one. Johnny, man, I got to cut it off, but great call as always, bro.
Thanks for
You're
calling
the man, Ryan. You guys have a great night.
Take care, man.
Buddy. All right, man. That was Johnny C, famous Johnny C. I'm going to try Case again because he was originally in line first. Let's go ahead and see if Johnny's on here. Or what's up? Not 90 Gang. Where are you? Where you go, man? You keep popping up. There's CMC. There you are. What's up, CMC? Or not CMC. Case 49. What's up, man?
What's going on, Ryan? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good to have you here as always, brother. Nice to see you.
Yeah, man.
Hear from you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you having me on, man. What's up, Brooks?
What's up, bro?
Man?
What's up?
Sourdough.
What's cracking?
So yeah, man, bang bang Nana gang, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we look good out there, man. You know what I mean? Like, it was really good to see, man. You know what I'm saying? It was really good to see, the excitement that the team had. You know what I mean? Like they really stepped up the excitement level because I was worried about the excitement. With the offseason we had, I was worried about the energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The energy was a little bit off. So it was good to see that the energy was back. You know what I mean? I really like that. And, I'm just elated for Drake Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad he got to shine. He was one of my favorites when he did get to play as a rookie. Like, they said they took him out because he couldn't last the season or whatever. But whenever he was in there, he did definitely, like make his presence felt when he was in there. So I knew that he was going to come back and the shape that he was in, the offseason he had, the dedication he put in. It's just good to see that paying off. You know what I mean? Like, I like his long arms, man. It kind of remind me of Alden, like when he snagged Kenny Pickett. You know what I mean? It kind of remind me of Alden Smith a little bit, man. So I think the D-line is going to have a really good opportunity to be something really special, man.
Yeah, let's give it up to Drake Jackson. Let's give it up to Drake Jackson.
This D-line got an opportunity to be something really special, man. And, man, the offense did good, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is the year that we really going to see whether Kyle Shanahan's system can win us a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Because Purdy is running it to perfection. So this is it. And I'm a long-time Niners fan, Ryan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people out here talking about, if you have questions or if you're not 100% behind a certain person, you're not a real Niners fan. Like, Come on, man, get out of here with that, man. Like for
Yep.
real, man.
Right.
Like we are longtime Niners fans, man. We not excited by a week 1 win. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I know I'm not as
Yeah.
excited as I used to be.
We want
You know
Super
what I
Bowl
mean?
wins. We want Lombardis.
We
Mhm.
won Lombardis, man. We've seen week 1 wins. We remember the year we beat the Lions and then beat the Eagles and then we lost like 4 in a row. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
come on,
Right.
man. It's a week 1 win. I think
Yeah.
really, I don't even think that the Steelers were that bad. I think they just they haven't seen us since 2019. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
They weren't ready
It's
for
like
that.
when we face teams that they haven't seen us in a while, or they
Yeah.
haven't really played this team because 2019 was 4 years ago. So the Steelers basically got a whole new team. They wasn't ready for what the 49ers had. So they never seen that. So
Yeah.
when we play teams like the Browns and the Ravens later on in the year, I think we might win those just because they're not going to be as prepared for us.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
worried about, not really worried, but I'm just here to tell people, man, do not sleep on the Rams next week.
Yeah,
Please.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Do not sleep on the Rams next week, man. These
Yeah.
boys ain't got nothing to play for, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing to lose, man. They the worst
Yeah.
team ever, and they out there just playing, recklessly, winning. So,
Yeah. Wouldn't that be
don't sleep
crazy,
on the
man?
Rams. That's a trap game next week.
Yeah. BNA,
I
what
agree.
what you think? I want to let BNA respond to your case, man.
I'm concur with him about the Rams. I was want to mention something about with the previous call when he mentioned Colt McKivitz. I would say Colt McKivitz is probably my only real concern with the team, just because between now and I think week 6, week 7, we got Micah Parsons, Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett, and we need Brock to survive.
Yeah,
Right.
That's the way to put it.
right.
We need Brock to survive.
need that.
And the part that kind of made me upset with Colton in the Steelers game was the fact that I can understand if, TJ Watt still ended up with the same stat line, but make him work for it. Like he bent the corner. Like usually when you're that one with the strip sack where he has to bend the corner, he didn't have to bend the corner. He walked around the corner. Like
Right, yeah.
just
Yeah.
walked around the corner like it was going to the liquor store and had a beeline for Brock. And everybody was saying like, oh, Brock should step up. But it's like that internal quarterback clock would have still been off. And at the same time, Brock would have been shuffling forward versus TJ running full speed unimpeded to the quarterback. And at some point, it was like he can't allow that to happen moving forward. And I'm already having nightmares of him getting thrown parallel to the ground like McGlinchey did by Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
I don't know if he that light in the ass to get thrown around like that. You know what I mean? Like he looked like a big country boy. He be eating. But
Yeah.
but yeah, McKivitz though, what I mean, it's not his fault though, Brooks. We got to remember, man. Kyle is the one that didn't invest in the right tackle position. You know what I mean? Like McKivitz, he got cut. McKivitz is McKivitz. He can't help who he is. Kyle is the one that's starting him at right tackle and chose not to protect his quarterback. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, I mean, and
best,
he now that he's here, man. Now that he's here,
like trip him something like have
now
like a
that
mean streak.
yeah, you're right. You're
Get
right.
your Grayson Allen on something. Like damn.
That's part of the reason why I thought Trey would start is because we didn't invest in right tackle. And I'm just like, okay, so I know you're not going to leave Purdy out there to dry coming off of an injury. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to put McKivitz over there?
I mean,
I
the
guess
thing is,
I was wrong,
McKivitz over there. They gotta help him somehow. They can't leave him on an island against elite pass rushers. Like I'm sure he'll hold his own against it, like the average guys. But when you got like TJ Watt, you need somebody over there. Chip, like you need a tight end over there. You need a juice check over there. Somebody helping McKivitz, and it's really just about Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy's got to make that change too, right? He's a sophomore now. He's not a rookie anymore. So I'm going to put some of that protection. He's got to. I'm assuming Kyle Shanahan lets Brock Purdy adjust the protections pre-snap. So I'm hoping like moving forward that we don't see this.
I mean, Purdy
anymore.
looks good, man. But like I said, man, I don't get excited about just one win. You know what I mean? It's a long season, bro.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to have some adversity. You know what I mean? So I'm just ready to see how he's going to handle that adversity. Like, I don't really understand why, it's such a like Purdy mania right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just kind of confusing to me. Like, he's running the offense. Yeah, he's doing good. Yes, he's on point. Yes, he's a leader, but there's so many other elements to this team as to why we're successful.
Mm,
Like, like let's not forget about that. Like Brandon Ayuk is finally getting the targets he deserves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and he, he's showing you why he's a top ten receiver in the league.
yeah,
CMC still the difference maker. Like 152 yards, and all we hear about is Purdy, Purdy, Purdy. Like I understand, man. I'm not trying to take nothing away from him. He's good, but 152 yards is really good, man. You know what I mean? So,
it's a good team
and
from top to bottom, man.
I mean,
Case, we gotta move on because we got so many guys backstage. But
yeah, no
you,
doubt, man. No doubt,
if
no
I could
doubt, no
talk to
doubt.
you for an hour, I would, man. I need to get you on the
Yeah,
show
facts.
long term for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, man. When I get some free time, man, for sure, man. We're gonna chop it up a bit, man. But I appreciate you having me on, man. Good show. I'm gonna tune in. Everybody hit that like. Ryan G Money getting it. Let's go.
I appreciate you,
Bang,
man.
bang.
Great job as always, Case, man. Case is the man. I really appreciate talking to you, man. I'll catch up with you soon, man. Thanks for staying up late out there in Virginia, by the way.
Oh, you in Virginia?
Yeah, he's in Virginia, man. He's
Okay, I'm up in Maryland, so
I'm 44 at 11:30 my time. I'm asleep most of the time. This is pretty late for me, but so I shout out to Case, man. All right, Kyle. We got JR backstage. JR may be new to the program, man. Maybe he's one of the guys that wants to talk to me. Hopefully,
Yeah,
I don't know,
dude. Come on.
JR, are you there, man?
Oh yeah, I'm here, guys. I'm here.
Good. What's on your mind, bud?
So I just want to apologize in advance because I feel like this topic that I'm about to bring up should have been like addressed, or it'd be better suited for like when the Lance trade happens. I apologize. I know like everybody's past it. I'm past it, but
There's no bad questions.
so there was at the time, I don't know if you guys know who Ben Solak is, right? Writer for The Ringer. He wrote an article.
32 best, 32nd best. Is that the one?
No, no, it's like an article like way beforehand. It's like literally like when the Lance trade happened.
Okay.
So, and there's basically like a paragraph in there that really caught my eye. It basically said either way, while the gamble on Lance failed, the theory behind it neither disproved nor abandoned. Shanahan's offense must continue to evolve, and as it does, new demands will be placed on its quarterback. The old prototype will fall away. Lance might be done as a 49er, but Shanahan's experiment at the quarterback position is far from over. So, and that kind of caught my eye because, and while like I'm like totally behind Brock. I think Brock is perfect for this offense. I think it made me think like, okay, so why did Kyle draft Trey? Like, and I feel like he wanted to add like an explosiveness from the quarterback position. I feel like with this quote unquote old prototype that Ben Solak is referencing, is he is this old prototype is coming from the fact that like this offense is predicated around like explosiveness from the skill position players, and whether it's talking about Kittle, CMC, Debo, basically any weapons that are there. You know, all of those guys are really good at the yards after the catch, right? There isn't really like an explosiveness to like Brock per se, but I feel like Brock has elevated this offense in the sense that like he's raising the floor from Jimmy.
Yeah.
And that's what really impressed me with Brock. But it made me think that that paragraph also made me think, and I don't know if Ben Solak is talking like he has sources or it's just his opinion or whatnot, but like it made me think like is Kyle like behind the scenes still like, you know, lurking in the background, trying to evolve his offense? You know, like is he like, you know, I mean, everybody's talking about the quarterbacks in college right now. You know, Caleb Williams, Shedeur Sanders, people like that. Not saying we're in the range of that, but like, does Kyle eventually want to evolve this offense to where, like, when we do lose players, the explosiveness from the offense doesn't come from the skill position players, and it has to come from the quarterback position? You know,
Let me answer this one for you, man, because I feel like I'm pretty equipped to answer this one. I've been talking about this one for a while. So let me answer this one if you guys don't mind. So this is the reason, like when you talk about the lack of explosiveness from Brock Purdy, even though he creates, like he runs Kyle's offense really well, and the players create that explosiveness, but there's no direct explosiveness from Brock Purdy in like from a passing standpoint. That's what I meant by dink and dunk. Like, here's something I wanna ask you guys, like, or put out on the table for you. It's a trick question, right? Who is 2 for 6 over 30 yards with a 33% completion percentage and 1 interception? Who? It's a trick question for you guys. Any idea? That is. Let me answer it because it's really just a trick question. That was Tua on Sunday night, and that's Brock Purdy for his entire career. So when I say that dink and dunk, that's what I mean. He does not go deep. It's not an insult. I love what I see from Brock Purdy. He runs this offense really well. But if I'm being real here, he's thrown over 30 yards 6 times, completed 2, and threw 1 interception. His entire time with the 49ers, Tua did the same thing on Sunday night. So that's what I'm talking about. Now, as far as your question about Kyle is all in on Brock Purdy until he's not. Until Brock Purdy gives him a reason to, when they stop scoring, they stop winning, he'll move on from him with a quickness. But as long as Brock Purdy keeps playing the way he's playing right now, there's really no reason to. But Kyle, I don't think Kyle has a ton of loyalty to a specific quarterback. If you look throughout his career, that's not really something you've seen. But I think if Brock keeps playing the way he's playing right now, especially at this price, this cost, he's going to stick with them. Now, if something changes and Brock stops playing the way he's been playing, and he has been playing exceptional. And I want to reiterate, what Brock Purdy has done has been exceptional. The guy has not lost a game that he started and finished. And we're talking about 8 games where he started and finished the game, he's won. And they've scored 30-plus points. All that is exceptional. But from the quarterback talent standpoint alone, it's not as good as some of the other quarterbacks out there. But it may be enough to win a Super Bowl. I believe they can still win a Super Bowl if everything else, all 3 facets are in place. So, and I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, and like, I don't want to make it a slight on Brock. I think, like, I'm usually not the type of person to like make predictions even before each season, but like I'm as confident as ever with Brock at the helm, because I feel like he just runs this specific Shanahan offense to damn near like a perfection. I'm just talking about like this is like way into the future, like 4 or 5 years from now, like. Shanahan's going to have to evolve his offense, and I feel like the explosiveness is going to have to come from the quarterback position. And but right now it's Brock's show right now, but we'll get there when we get there. So
yeah, I mean the hope is that he continues to play the way he is, and we ride. I mean, think about it. The Niners went to the Super Bowl and were 1 quarter away from winning with Jimmy Garoppolo, and Brock Purdy is a hell of a lot better than Jimmy Garoppolo. So I think we'll be okay as long as he continues to play like this, as long as we stay healthy and all that good stuff, man. But yeah, great call, man. Great question. I really appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. Good to hear from you.
That was a great poll with the article.
I mean, as long as he survives Colt McKivitz. Hashtag
yes, correct. JR, is it JR or Junior?
JR.
JR, where are you from, man?
I am from Marin County.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah. So.
That's a great place to be, man. I wish
I
wish I was from Marin County, but yeah, man, good to talk to you, brother.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, man. That was a great call. I feel like after that fantastic call, I would just like a little something from BNA, if you don't mind. Love it, man. What other show,
bro?
Yeah. What other show is bringing you this? This is amazing, and I'm trying to take all the credit for it, but it's really not me. It's BNA, man. I appreciate you, dude.
Yes, sir.
Jay Mellis says Solano County in the house. That's where That's where I'm from. Not quite as nice as Marin County, but it's a good place, man. Shout out to J Mel. I went to school with him. Melvin, who's in here, went to school with him as well. Just want to answer this real question, then we'll move on to the next caller. I forgot where it went, but somebody said we held on to Jimmy for a long time. He was responding to the lack of loyalty I was talking about, but the reality is they tried to move on from Jimmy pretty quickly. It was about 2.5 years, and they were trying to move on from him. They just couldn't get it done for too long, man. So
there was a lot of names floated out.
Yeah, exactly.
Brady, Stafford, Kirk Cousins been associated with this team as long as Kyle been here.
Yeah, exactly. Kim is here, says love it. We love you being here, Kim. Thank you very much for being here. Granite Bay is in the building. Wow, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from me. Nice to have you here, man. All right, cool. Well, this guy is known for bringing the positivity, and so I feel like it's a good time to pop him in. So just so you know, nobody else call in because we got a lot of people we got to get through, and we got Niner Gang backstage, TC backstage, XM3, Alex Conklin, Tyler, and then Giannis. That's how we're going to wrap up the show. Giannis from Norway. We're worldwide. We're international.
Love that dude.
Oh,
I love all the callers, but Norway, come on. He's
Yeah,
up late or early. I don't even know anymore.
We'll ask him what time it is out there in Norway when he gets on. Whose turn is it to respond? Is it yours, Sam? I think it's on you now, Sam. And
yeah, sure. Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's go. Niner Gang. What's up, my guy?
Can you hear me, Ryan?
Hell yeah, I can hear you.
How we doing, fellas?
so
Happy Tuesday. Got that dub. Told you we was gonna get that one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. You were right.
Man.
Niner Gang, the positive energy, making me feel good.
All I gotta say is let's go into week 2. Let's take it to these Rams and let's go get another dub and let's do this thing, man. One game at a time. We look like we was ready. So
yes, sir.
Let's keep it pushing, man. You know, bang bang Niner Gang, let's go.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I love the energy, man. Every time you call in, it's short and sweet and optimistic. Sam, you got anything to say about the game here?
Nah, man. Just like I just need you in my pocket, dude. Just every day. Just like you're doing great, man. Dude, that laundry, like, look at that. Like, no wrinkles, no nothing. I'm like, dude, yes, that's what I needed in my life, man. Let's go. Yeah. Dude. You're a great influence, dude. You should be either a camp counselor or our president or something in between, man, because that energy is positive, dude. We need that. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that energy, man. Yeah, Niner Gang. Anything else from you, man?
You know what, man? You know, I'm just looking at this Rams lineup. I was a little shocked what they did to Seattle. I think gave Seattle a little bit more credit than what they deserve. You know, shame on me.
And we took the Rams for granted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or at least Seattle did. We'll see if we did, but Seattle definitely
did. Anybody see that Geno clip when Aaron Donald came at him for free? And he's like, "Oh my god!"
No, what happened? I missed it.
Oh man,
it was a stunt, and Donald came around on the left over the left guard, wide open hole, and Geno's about to let the ball go, but it's like kind of quiet because they have the ball, and you can hear him say, "Oh my god," as he's letting the ball go.
He said, "Oh my god!" You can hear it.
Yeah, you can hear it clear as day.
Oh
like,
gosh,
that's hella funny, dude.
I'm surprised he didn't meme that, BNA. That seems like something you would have memed already.
Yeah, I think I'll save that one for Seattle week.
Hey, he's gonna get another one of those because man, that D-line looking stout. I'm telling you, that D-line looking stout.
Yep.
You know, they say Bosa didn't do a whole lot or whatever, but hey, Bosa requires a lot of attention and. You seen what happened? Jackson just feasted, man. 3 sacks for Jackson. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Jackson.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's hard for them to pick their poison at this point. You know what I mean? It's like, well, are you going to let Armstead free? Are you going to let Hargrave free? Now they're going to have to worry about Drake Jackson. You know, I mean, 3 sacks, game 1, and that's all.
Is a rotating weeks of a new guy getting 3 sacks.
Even if you cover up that O line, let's double team Hargrave, let's double team Bosa. We'll try to let Armstead, and you got to worry about Warner, then you got to worry about Greenlaw. And watch out for Diamond Lenore. He's gonna come down and get him a sack this season. Watch, he's gonna come down and get one. Steve Wilkes gonna draw him one up.
Huff's gonna get one. Huff's coming for at least 2.
Sure. He's gonna get one.
Yeah.
Oh, Huff's gonna get one for sure. He might get like 4 this year. You never know. Huff's a beast. So.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Gentlemen, Thank you for taking my call, Ryan. Love your show as always, man. Keep it pushing hard, man. Don't let these haters get you, bro. And much love to all three of you guys. And bang bang Niner gang, let's go get a dub. Rams, let's go.
Bro.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for hopping in, dude. I hope you have a great ass day.
Yeah, you are more appreciated than you realize, Niner gang. Thank you for being here, brother.
Both ways, brother. Both ways. That's right.
Give it up for Niner gang. Give it up for Niner gang. That was great, man. All right, cool. We got let's see, we got 5 guys left. We need to kind of stay focused here, but XM3, man. XM3. I don't think you called in before, man. What's on your mind?
What's going on, family?
How you doing?
What's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. This is my first time actually calling in. I
Where you
don't
calling from?
normally Memphis, Tennessee.
Right on. Thanks for calling in.
Memphis, Tennessee, man. So yeah, I've been a 49er fan since the late 80s. I'm 48 now. So you know, I've seen the team go from what we all know is legendary with Jerry Rice and Steve Young and Joe Montana and those guys, and even, you know, earlier players. But I ain't gonna get too much into all that. But man, I mean, there's a lot that I would want to touch on, but I'm just gonna keep it simple, right? We can talk about how elite the defense was. I mean, we are the best in the world, and I believe that. We're the best in the world. I haven't looked it up. As of week 1, we're ranked 4th defense. Offense is kind of up there too. But you know, I don't understand why there's still this want to compare. Trey Lance is gone. We know that experiment's over. So we don't even need to talk about that no more. I mean, it is what it is. Kyle, to me, was very respectful when he bowed out and admitted, I feel like I failed him. And I can respect that. You know, I don't deal too much in just dwelling on what is and what was and what will be or whatever. All thing we got is 1 week at a time, right? This first week we came out, and the thing that we talked about the most, everybody wanted to see, was an explosive offense. We're gonna start off fast. And we was primarily talking about the offense, let's be honest, because we knew the defense was gonna show up.
Yeah.
We wanted our offense to show up. Everybody's trying to compare who's better, who had the better week. I think the 49ers had the better week because our offense started off hot. And it's a different offense now because of Brock. I'm going to give Brock his flowers. It's a different offense now because of Brock Purdy. It's not a different everything else we already had, except for Christian McCaffrey, CMC. Everything else we already had. 30 points, his first game, 2 touchdowns. He's right where he was at.
Yeah.
Our offense looks more explosive. We can all admit to it. We enjoy watching the offense on the field now because we enjoy seeing him step up and doing things that
Jimmy wasn't doing.
Right, Jimmy wasn't doing. I mean, they were making. Trey wasn't even doing them. Let's be honest. He didn't play a lot, but Trey wasn't doing them. This guy has truly, to me, in my opinion, and they're going to get offense. He's elevated our players. Have you seen the interview with Debo on what's the show he does every Tuesday night now?
Is he with Kay McAdams or something like that?
Yeah. And he admitted that. He admitted on the play that the guy was coming in and Brock juked him and turned around through the pass to Debo. He admitted that Brock called the wrong play. And yet, not knowing that, okay, Brock called the wrong play, but he made the mistake and then he overcame it and made that play. He made that play happen because it was obviously wrong, right? So if you know these kind of things, like, oh, I made a mistake, but I turned it into this, when inevitably it could have went completely wrong. And Brock was able to fix his mistake and pull something off and it looked beautiful. I mean, you wouldn't know that it was the wrong call,
Yeah.
right? So that's what I'm saying. He has really elevated
You
the
froze up on
offense.
me. There you are.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
back.
Yeah. I mean, he has really elevated this offense, and he's elevated the players. And then you add in the fact that what we do have, the Christian McCaffrey, Debo, IU, Jennings. I mean, we go down the list, and we have weapons that no other team has.
Right.
We have elite weapons at every stage of our offense. McKivitz and all that, give him time. I mean, first game against that guy,
Yeah.
give him
See how
time.
it plays out.
Right. I mean, that's for what he was able to accomplish against that guy. JJ Watt, come on. I mean, what were we expecting? Him to be Superman and pull off the impossible by himself in sometimes? So I just think that there's a lot that we can always nitpick and try to find and fine tune and critique and everything. But let's be honest, when we see what we see with our eyes, let's see the truth. And this is a Super Bowl caliber team, and Brock Purdy is a big part of that. He's not just a cog. He is a big part of why this offense.
Yeah, he's running point. He's running point. He's doing it at a higher level than we've seen in a long time.
Dallas did it with defense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all that's all I had to say, man. Like,
appreciate.
Let's give flowers what flowers do, man. Let's be honest about what we see. We can, this, that, and the other. But look at Johnny Dale's academy. Look at the quarterback school, like how they break down the footage and just even how y'all do certain things. If you look and see what's really real, you can see the possibilities.
Correct.
If they can just, Brock can only get better from here because we expecting him to be worse.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm expecting him to be worse, but I agree with everything else you just said. Yeah, I think Brock is he's running point here, man. Sam, what do you think of XM3? XM3, we got to keep it pushing, man. That was a great call, but I'm gonna have Sam respond to you, brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll sort of just I think what we're seeing right now from Brock Purdy is we are getting a version of Shanahan's offense that feels like it's introducing as few variables as possible. Like I think perhaps the Jimmy Kyle dynamic, that the reason why I was problematic is I think Jimmy was kind of like, well, fuck it, I just want to sling this thing, man. Like I don't really like, and I think the reason why Kyle was so enamored with Kirk Cousins to the degree that he was willing to shell out a first round pick for him reportedly is that Kirk was willing to just shut up and follow the playbook. And I think with Brock was kind of the most fascinating incubator quarterback that I can think of, because he came in with one objective: to not screw up the playbook he was handed. Because if anyone was expendable, it was the last fucking pick of the draft. And so he had to get everything buttoned up when it came to not only executing that, but understanding it and being able to recall it off the top of his head at all times. And it's the reason why he was so successful when he hopped in. And so I think what we're looking at, and it's funny, I can even trace back a thought to one of our earlier callers of like, well, the Trey Lance experience might be over, but Kyle Shanahan may be, looking to continue this through another effectively body. And I think with Brock Purdy, there's obviously tool limitations, but at the end of the day, he can scramble. Kyle does recognize that. And if he thinks, hey, maybe I can't run the Justin Fields speed plays that I know he wish he could have. Like, frankly, I think he drew plays for Trey Lance thinking he was faster. But at the end of the day, I think he is cognizant of Brock's abilities. And I think there's a symbiotic relationship that is much deeper, actually, than I think we've seen with any 49ers quarterback, because Brock was raised in sort of saturated with the Kyle Shanahan playbook that he didn't have the opportunity to just say, I'm going to do it my way. It was either do it Kyle's way or you're practice squatter off the team.
Yeah, man. Great call, XM3, man. I got to keep moving. We got a lot of people backstage, but I mean, really, really good call, man. Thank you for being here, brother.
Yeah. Appreciate the call. Memphis is sick. I got a bottle of the Rendezvous dry rib rub at the crib. Love Memphis, dude.
Yeah. Thanks, XM3. Good call, brother. All right, man. That was XM3. All right, we got Alex Conklin, TC, Tyler, and Giannis, and then we're out of here. And probably some dope music by BNA after that. Let's get Alex on here. What's up,
Hey,
Alex?
how's it going, guys?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Not much. So I wanted to kind of, respond to you, Ryan, with a little bit of a disagreement in your terms of Kyle's perspective about Brock Purdy, that if he begins to lose, that he's going to move on, like he's split or something happens.
Okay.
And the one thing that we do know about Kyle, right, is that he does not praise quarterbacks, right? And that's been going back, through Jimmy, trying to move off of Jimmy. But I got to remind you that Kyle literally said that he went to bed thinking about Brock Purdy. That is some next level praise that he has for the kid. Now,
I mean, he said similar things about Trey, and he's not on the team anymore. But yeah, I hear you.
I don't think he's ever said that. I don't think he's ever openly said about Trey Lance that he told his wife going to bed that he believes that Brock Purdy is special. He has never said anything remotely similar, and in the way that he has praised Brock Purdy has not been similar to any other way that he's talked about, even Trey Lance. Now, that doesn't take away, because there's a couple things I want to respond to. First, in that point to you, but also to the previous caller, JR, about Trey in particular. There's been a lot of, he's not on the team, but, when people bring up his name in comparison, you just got to stop twisting the knife. There's no reason to do it. If you believe that Brock is your quarterback and, if you want to root for the team, then you root for him. You don't have to root for Brock and then all of a sudden, and just turn around and say that Trey sucks. Nobody knows what Trey is or is not yet. That's just the point. But, there was, I think it was a little bit of JR's comment about the way that, Trey would run the offense.
Alex, let me, before we keep going, I just want to respond to what you said to me.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah.
And then we can keep going. I absolutely believe that Kyle Shanahan really likes Brock Purdy. I didn't say he's going to move on if he keeps winning. I said if he starts losing.
No, that's what I meant. Did I say winning? I meant either he was slipping.
No, but my point overall was when I said that he would change up on Brock Purdy if he starts losing. That's if he starts losing. He's not going to change his opinion if he keeps playing. So I don't think there's a disagreement. But if Brock starts losing for some reason, of course he's going to change his opinion. His job is to win Super Bowls and win games. And if for some reason Brock is not that guy anymore, then of course they're going to move on. But I don't see that happening. I think Brock is going to continue to do what he does.
I think what I mean is that, if there's a protracted losing and losing again and again, or if something else happens, yes, the franchise as a business and they will have to move on if something drastic happens. What I'm saying, though, is I do have a feeling, I believe that there's going to be a certain grace that Brock is going to get in the event of those things. And maybe I'm reading it wrong just in the way that Kyle talks about Brock, but it's not similar to any way that I've really truly heard him talk about Jimmy or Trey in the protracted way that he actually does. So that's kind of what I was picking up. My concern is that once this roster is gone, because rosters do move on eventually, the rosters don't last forever. Quarterbacks will stay with the franchise longer, but rosters don't. So my concern is how Brock will look long term when he doesn't have CMC, doesn't have Ayuk, doesn't have Kittle, and doesn't have a super team defense full of all pros at every position. Because that's what this team is. It's basically all pros at almost every position except for the right side of the line, which may be the Achilles heel that prevents us from getting to where we want to be. And I don't necessarily think that it'll be up to Brock this season for him not to get over the hump. I think that Achilles heel still remains, and there's a stubbornness to Kyle that hasn't allowed him to change that, because he values the run game and being able to use the run game within his scheme, especially, and that's why he values the tackles that he does versus quarterback protection. So those are a couple of things that would be my concern. Obviously, for anybody that sees me on Twitter or follows me on or X or whatever, I did have the 49ers losing week 1. I did not think that they were going to win, but they won in a very decided fashion. But there's a lot of things I agree with. A lot of things that were big concerns as far as Brock Purdy's game. And as the game went on, I had some concerns as far as he didn't look like he was delivering the ball in the second half with as much power as he was in the first half. I know that a lot of people chalk it up to, oh, they're so far ahead, just run it out, you're done. But I'm not entirely sure, that was the whole game plan, considering how much, Kyle was actually using in the passing game from the first half, especially with Brandon. It wasn't until that 65-yard run that they actually went to the run game, because previously to that was the majority of Christian's production was on that run, because before that, if they were actually stopping him, they were trying to get him to the ball, but the Steelers were actually stopping CMC, and they were doing well for the first 2 quarters, and then I think they just got worn out because Kenny Pickett couldn't stay on the field. So I think that Mike Tomlin had the right game plan, at least to start the game with going after the run game, and I think that they stopped it well. But clearly Brock was just able to deliver in the passing game, which was something that when you take away the run from Jimmy, the passing game kind of went with it in the past too. So I'm pretty excited overall, but I'm concerned about going into later when those intermediate beyond 10-yard throws start coming into play as well. So.
Well, I appreciate the call, Alex. We got to keep it pushing, man. But that was a good call. A lot of good stuff. Always good to hear from you. BNA, I'm gonna let BNA respond to you, man. But thanks for being here, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, always.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon.
I want to say to the point where you said it, bro, as far as like when the roster turns over and let's talk is still here, he'll be good as long as the GM is good. He'll be good as long as the scout department is good. He'll be good as long as, let's say, there's other guys in the league that want to play with him, and let's say maybe not break the bank. They just want to they just really want to be in Santa Clara. They want to play with Brock. They see how the offense is going. They know that, because Brandon Ayuk was the fourth option last year, and he still cracked 1,000 yards. So, as long as it's appealing to be here, free agents will come. As long as the scouting department does a good job, hell, they found Brock in the 7th round. If they can find another gym. As far as we know, as much as we've been, skeptical of Cam Latu, what if he's the next George Kittle? Since Kyle thinks that Sam Darnold is the next Steve Young. Anything is possible. But we'll know when we get there. For the time being, I'm enjoying the ride. But as far as I'm concerned, as long as the people in charge of making decisions still make good decisions, because those are the same people that put together the very team that we like, that we think is going to win the Super Bowl, we'll always have a team.
Agreed, sir. Agreed. Yeah, good stuff. Alex is a very smart guy, man. He calls in often, and I like that he disagrees, and like that's what I like. Honestly, I thought I've been begging people to come on here to disagree with me, so it was nice that somebody has, man. It's not that I want everyone to just come on here and rip me or anything, but it is good to have like the dialogue, the conversation.
Definitely.
One of our favorites, TC, is backstage. TC, are you there, brother?
Yes, sir. Ryan, Sam, BNA. What's up?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Man, just kicking back, listening to the callers. It's a fire show, Ryan. For sure.
Yeah, it's because of all you guys and BNA and Sam, man. We put it all together, and it's nice. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, this is nice, man. I like this, man. We got to do this more often. I'm gonna take a more twist to it. I mean, Lance is gone. You know what I'm saying? He's moving on. I wish him the best, but it's more fans like me and certain certain people that I feel a certain way. I know you want to enjoy the team. We want to enjoy the team. Yeah, we jumped on the Steelers. We hoping for a Super Bowl. This is it. There's no more excuses. But it was a principle about the situation. You get what I'm saying with Lance? That's what it was. I don't want to keep bringing it up, but we can't overlook that situation. Like the guy said, you don't have to keep twisting the knife into Lance. But it was like, Kyle, you coming out and saying all this about Brock. Why was Trey even picked from the jump? That's the question that just like unsold. Like if Brock was like the guy and Lance was like never on the team and never drafted, then it would be fine and dandy. But it was like he was drafted on the team and was never backed up by the head coach or nobody, bro. And it was like, what the heck is going on? Why would you do that? I know it's football, it's sports, but it's bigger than that, bro. It's life. Like, what were we doing with that situation? You get what I'm saying? Like, what happened with that? We can't just overlook that because we got Brock in the 7th round and did all that. Like, if Brock was just a guy from the jump, this wouldn't even be a conversation. It was just a situation behind hand, and then we moved on, and then you know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that situation, and I'm kind of afraid. I'm kind of afraid for Brock. Everybody loves him right now, but I'm afraid for Brock because Kyle. I don't want Kyle to turn him into a robot. You get me? Brock is good when he's playing his game, but as soon as Kyle turns him into like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. Like I feel what you're saying. I was worried about that coming into the season. But it didn't look like that was the case on Sunday. He looked like he still had that freedom. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you brought up. Like you brought up a lot of life stuff, a lot of people stuff, and I agree with you. And that's all, honestly, at the end of the day, is more important than football. But I think right now I'm tired of like all the negativity, and I'm not talking about you. I've just been absorbing a lot of it through this off season, and so I'm trying not to think about it, to be honest. I'm trying to focus on this team and like just enjoy the ride for now. But I don't disagree necessarily with anything you're saying.
Yeah, and Melvin, to contact, I mean, to piggyback on what you're saying, Melvin, I'm not gonna keep speaking on Troy, bro, because it was a wrong situation. And
yeah,
how
he's saying quit speaking on my trade because he's a Cowboys fan. He's trying to be funny.
Oh, okay. I misread that. I was like, bro, I'm a forever speak on that because it was a situation. This wasn't just a blow in the park or something that you throw under the bus, bro. That was a mistake. And what was everybody thinking about that situation? But we're not even gonna go down that road. But like I said, I hope that Kyle doesn't turn back into then maybe something special, we can get that ring. But the moment he starts taking the ball out of his hand and doing it my way, Kyle's way, we won't get that Lombardi. If Kyle stays away, the biggest part, everybody's saying the team, the defense. No, the biggest situation in this is Kyle. Kyle has to stay out of the team's way in his own way. Call plays and let Brock cook. If you turn him into a robot, it's over.
Yeah, man. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, so far so good, man. I'm encouraged, man. The thing we got to keep pushing, TC. But I always love when you call, man. You're one of my favorite guys. We've been talking together for a long time, so I appreciate you calling in. But like I'm just, it's not Jimmy, man. So it's great to me, like it's fun to watch Brock Purdy. Like I said it the other day when I used to watch Jimmy play football. It's like, oh no, what's this guy gonna do, right? If the first read wasn't open. And now with Brock, it's like, oh, what's this guy gonna do? Right? It's a whole different feeling, and I'm enjoying it, man. And yeah, I mean, we share similar thoughts on the other stuff you brought up, but yeah, man, I agree with what you're saying, but also trying to keep it pushing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me get one.
I got you.
Go ahead, BNA. Just a minute ago about making this place appealing for players to come there. That situation with Trey may turn somebody off. So I'm hoping it's a one-off and maybe it gets forgotten about. So that way a solid free agent wants to come to 49ers, particularly a right tackle.
Yeah.
So, you want the overall vibe of the team to be appealing to people who aren't around the team. They may not know anybody on the team. All they know is what they see, from the press clippings, from Twitter, what they might hear from their agent and stuff. So you want the overall vibe of the team to be positive, and you don't want it out there that your team does dirty business, because you don't want to be that guy that you get the dirty business done to, especially if you're going to a situation that you don't know. All you know is, hey, I heard they run this offense, but then you get there, you find like, oh, they're kind of grimy over here. Like, okay.
Yeah. It had me feeling bad, honestly, before the season started. But now the season started, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put that in the back of my mind, and it may come up at later at some point. But right now, it's about the 49ers playing football, Brock Purdy getting after the Super Bowl. That's how I'm approaching it mentally, at least. Yeah.
For sure. What you got, Sam? I want to hear you. What you got, Sam? Thank you, Ryan and BNA.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the impasse, the moment of intersection where we had to let go of Trace and had to start the season was tough, because I personally really not only loved what I thought Trey could be, I loved the person who showed up every day, personality wise, and the potential was just so enticing. And what I think is that Melvin, the Cowboys fan, got a really good freaking deal.
Yeah, he did.
I think as long as they properly nurture his potential, I think they got the right player at the right time, potentially in the right place.
Yeah.
So what I feel is I had to come to terms that we did make the best move for us at the time, at least as far as choosing Brock over Trey. Now, Trey over Sam Darnold, I'm not as sold on that, but it's over, right? Trey is a Cowboy. Brock Purdy is executing this offense like a warm knife on a plate of butter, and that's what we wanted to see. But what I also want to see, just not against us in the NFC Championship game, is I want to see Trey Lance do big things in Dallas. And I wish nothing but the best for him, because I, like everyone else, was just waiting for that moment where everything clicked. He rolled and did everything we knew he could do and know we can do eventually. Yeah. And so that's how I feel. It was an unfortunate situation. I think they rolled the dice and they got snake eyes, and that's a really hard pill to swallow for a GM and a head coach. But I wish Trey nothing but the best.
And a fan base,
frankly.
Yeah, I mean, we were sold the idea that this was our next franchise quarterback, and then they traded up for him. When you do that, you're sold that idea, right? And so it's tough for the fan base too. Yeah,
definitely. But wish him nothing but the best. I think he's a good kid, and hopefully if he has the right coaching and opportunity, he'll be who he's supposed to be.
Yeah, man. We kind of need to do the affirmations. TC, I got a book, man. I got 2 other guys on here, man. But
it's all good. Thank you, 3 guys, bro. Have a blessed one.
Yes, sir. Thanks for calling.
Buddy. You too. All right, man. That was TC. All right, we got Tyler and Giannis, if we can get him all the way from Norway. What's up, Tyler? How you doing, man?
Hello, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for being patient, man. You've been waiting for a while. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah,
I've
what's
been
on your
following
mind?
you and Grant and Jesse. You guys are fantastic. I want to tell you guys that right now.
Thank you, bro.
No problem. But
where are you calling from? By the way?
I'm on Fort Campbell. My wife and I used to be in the Army.
Uh-huh.
And my wife, and I just recently got married, and I'm about to be stationed in, we're about to PCS to South Korea.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Where's Fort Campbell at?
Kentucky.
Oh, okay. All my family's from Kentucky, man. On my dad's side. But yeah, interesting, man. Cool, man. Well, what's on your mind, man? Sounds like you got something on your mind.
Yeah. So I got 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we keep saying Colt McKivitz is our worst offensive lineman? I don't think that. Be honest, I think it's Spencer Burford.
Yeah, Jesse was making that case. Jesse Naylor was making that case as well.
I made the meme.
Yeah, so speak on it. Why do you think that?
One, at least Colt McKivitz went and played an actual guy that we can that is respected on throughout the NFL in TJ Watt. And he played pretty decent, albeit he gave up 3 sacks. But he played somebody that everyone he's respected throughout the NFL. Spencer Burford had nothing but penalties and played no one.
That is true. He gave up 4 pressures versus McKivitz gave up 5, but he wasn't taking on Colton McKivitz, and he did have 2 penalties. So, yeah, I mean, that is accurate.
And I'm not going to beat up on Spencer Burford for being, but he's a second-year guy. But he's playing like a rookie.
Fair.
Some of the on one of the plays, he didn't even touch a guy. I was like, how? You're an offensive lineman. You just put one hand on him, just one. So,
right.
And on defense,
Mm-hmm.
I think this defense is better in 2019.
I think so too. Yeah. Well, 2019. Maybe. Yeah, you might be right, man. I think they're better than last year. What do you guys think, BNA? You think they're better than last year?
Yeah.
Or 2019? What about 2019?
I'm worried about yet is we got to see Ambry and and Deondor get tested for real. Like Steelers didn't figure it out till late, or they didn't figure out. Well, they really go back to the well because he saw it pissed Pickens off because he was like, the quarterback not getting me the ball. He liked a post of someone saying that. So I need to see when they get tested. We play a team that can go 3 wide receivers set, split us, wide, and then like actually attack them. So we'll see
definitely.
in the future.
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas is. I don't even want to think about Dallas right now. I mean, like I talk to Melvin all the time. Like I don't know if you guys know, but I know Melvin since we were like 11. So we text all the time. He's one of my good friends, and he's a Cowboys fan, man. And I've been telling him like, I'm a little worried about those Cowboys, man. BNA doesn't look impressed right now, though. How do you feel about him, BNA?
Oh no, I'm worried, and then I got family I got to deal with too. My brother.
Oh, that's what that was.
I don't need that in my life right now. Like them getting a victory over me.
Yeah, exactly.
My brother about when they was about to get Johnny Manziel.
Yeah,
but I will say this also.
Mm-hmm.
With the way, like we've been saying with Brock, I think he's, for what we want to do, I think he fits perfectly on what we want to do. He wants to be, like everyone's saying, he's the point guard. He's the guy that is facilitating the offense.
Mm-hmm.
But and I will say he's playing with extreme confidence. And the reason why I brought this up is because I wanted to touch on one of the previous calls and saying we don't want Brock to be a robot. I've seen people act like robots in my old job, and it's not. And it's.
What was your old job? What was your old job where there were robots? What was that?
No. I meant like how people act in the military.
100%.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, definitely.
Because with how Kyle is and how one mistake, you are on pins and needles at all times. And I was a tray guy. I'm a master tray guy. I was just like you, Ryan. I was a master tray guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Trey was on pins and needles every single day. And I just hope the best for this team because I'm a very honest and very positive person.
Mm-hmm.
But I was worried that if we didn't show up against the Steelers, I was thinking this team would have gone 5 wins.
Oh, really? I was not that negative. I had him. I thought I was the most negative one at 10-7, but 5 wins. Yeah, no, I don't see that, man. But
the reason why I said that is this, because how this team, if one of our star players, because we are very top heavy, if Trent Williams goes down, we are done. We are done. Our offensive line is in shambles. I'm just a very honest person.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Speak what's on your mind.
And if we lose Trent at any time, I don't trust this offensive line.
Yeah, well, Tyler, man, good points, man. I got to keep pushing, but you made some good points, and we'll respond to you right now. And I appreciate you being so patient and waiting, man.
No problem.
Thanks for calling in, dude.
He
Hopefully, you
said
call
if
in
Trent
again.
Williams get hurt, I had to knock on wood. I was like,
Yeah,
really.
Thanks for calling in, Tyler, man. I hope you call in again, man. Much appreciated, brother.
Much appreciated. You have a great evening.
All right,
Take
buddy.
care, man.
I mean, I think there's 4 or 5 players on this team that just cannot get hurt. Knock on wood. Like, there's like a few of them, right? Brock, CMC, Trent Williams, Fred Warner. Who else? Ayuk. That would be bad. Like, come on, man. Please just have those guys stay
I would
healthy.
say between Ayuk or Debo, either one.
Yeah, that's
Because
good
if you
point.
lose Ayuk, you lose your true wide receiver. If you lose Debo, you lose your best versatility.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Giannis, last guy. What's up, man? How are you doing in Norway? And what time is it out there, brother?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's actually 6:23 a.m. So
Wow.
yeah, I
You
mean,
have
I
a
have to
morning
wake
job?
up at 5 a.m. for work. I didn't even know you guys had it because I think you had it earlier last week, right?
Yes, we did. This is the new time slot for us.
Oh, okay. This is a great time slot, and maybe I can call in more. So I have a few thoughts. So I don't know if you guys know this stat. I don't think I've seen a single person tweet about this except Nick Wagner, who's the guy who covers the Niners, I think. Do you guys know how much Brock Purdy was pressured on Sunday?
No, I didn't look that yet. What are the numbers?
Okay.
It was double
It was
digits,
almost 50%. Almost 50%.
Okay. Yeah.
50%. So Jimmy G on Sunday, he was pressured 10%. What do you guys think would have happened on Sunday if Jimmy G was in that game, getting pressured 50% of the time?
Much more unstable.
Yeah, not good.
I mean, I just don't think people realize because you watch the game and everything works so fast. Man, when I rewatch the game, I'm like, that's a free guy. That's a free guy. That's a free guy. That's a free guy. I mean, we say, there was 3 sacks. My goodness, there could have been 8 or 9. I'm not even joking. Like, he was under duress. And it didn't feel like it because he was, like, eluding it. Like, so it just, I feel like when I watch Brock Purdy play, it just seems to be like he just knows what to do. Like, I think that's the best way to describe what he does. Like, he just knows how to play the position, basically. So, you hear people say, he doesn't have a strong arm. He doesn't have this. But when I watched on Sunday guys with strong arms, and they didn't know how to throw the freaking ball. Like, they didn't know. They can't read the defense. They don't know what to do. I'd much rather have somebody who knows what to do. And one thing I like from Brock Purdy, even though the one you could say that was a dangerous throw, but to me, that was not a dangerous throw. That was a lazy route by George Kittle, who, by the way, played hurt. I don't know why you want to play George Kittle when he's hurt. He's going to run lazy routes like that and not really threaten the DB. The DB can literally, like, undercut the throw. Because you would look at that, you would like, that's a bad throw. That's not a bad throw if the guy is literally supposed to, like, beat his man. But George Kittle, to me, is playing hurt. So other than that, I didn't really see. Now, one thing I did notice, just like a previous caller said, Brock Purdy at the end of the game did look tired to me. But I think this is natural, and Steve Young talked about it, that he's going to get stronger with time. And I do believe that's the normal course of action. But he did look tired to me at the end of the game.
First game of the season, he hasn't played much, so it's understandable. Yeah. And to your point about strong arms, I want to reiterate, like, for me, I love a quarterback with a strong arm. I think if Kyle and Brock could give Brock a strong arm, they would. But to your point, which I 100% agree with, it's not the most important thing, which the stuff that Brock Purdy has is more important. Yeah. Would it be ideal if he had a stronger arm? Yeah, absolutely. Because it is important, but it's not as important as the things that Brock does. And that's always what I've always said.
You know when it's important, Ryan? It's when a strong arm is important because you can be late and get away with it, like a Stafford, like a Rodgers. But because Purdy throws it early, he gets away with it. Like, look at the throw to Ayuk, the touchdown. do you really think that if he could afford to throw that late, no, the DB would have easily knocked it down.
Right.
He had to throw it early.
But
You
he's
know
got
what
that
I mean?
mentality down, so where he can just get it out early. He knows he understands the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So all in all, I feel like, and you know what's funny on Sunday? Did you guys feel like Kyle was really like? I felt like it was just a normal gameplay. I didn't feel like it was like you had to pull out all kinds of crazy stops for us to score points. To me, it felt like one of the most like normal game plans that I have seen for the Niners. Like I didn't see like he had to use all kinds of crazy motion to then get Debo. Like I didn't see any of that. I just felt like it was a normal game plan, and Brock would execute it. Now let's get to the O line. One last point about the O line: McKivitz and Burford. Is it just me, or do I feel like Burford is not fleet-footed enough to play guard? Like I feel like he's too heavy. He should be playing tackle. Like I don't know, man. They feel like the interior D line is too quick for him. Like he loses so quickly, and I just feel like that to me, Burford is more of a problem to me than even like McKivitz, because I feel like tackles can kind of like push guys away, like guys can step up, but inside pressure is the most dangerous thing for a quarterback. That's how I feel.
Giannis, great point. I'm gonna let these guys wrap it up as well. But Giannis, man, it's good to hear from you as always, and I appreciate you calling in, especially staying up so well. It's early.
Well, waking up early. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Giannis. Thanks for hanging in there and being patient, man. I just go in the order it comes. So you were the last.
No, it's all good. It's all. I enjoyed all of them, honestly. I enjoyed the conversation.
Thank
you,
go
Niners.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the call, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, man, that was great. Yeah, did you guys notice, Sam, did you guys notice that, have you seen the run chart for the 49ers from the game?
No.
That way.
Everything was go that way. Like literally everything. There was no outside runs to the right side at all. Everything was to the left. So that kind of tells you how the 49ers, I mean, you got Trent Williams, so I understand, but like not willing to run at all to the right side is it's kind of interesting. So I think the coaching staff, the 49ers, they kind of understand what we see. I don't think they know what's going on. Yeah. First of all, I want to give a round of applause for all the callers. Do it again for being guys so much. Sam, do you have any words before BNA takes us out of here? Is there anything you want to say?
Just looking forward to next week. I think we do not want to think that the Rams are an easy target. I think they are still being quarterbacked by Matthew Stafford, who not too long ago Kyle was really pissed that he didn't get. I think you've got some young receivers over there who are, trying to make a name for their own selves. Obviously, they're not Cooper Kupp, but they are producing against the Seahawks defense on game one, and that can't be overlooked. And yeah, just I just hope our fans continue to support Brock. I think he's doing a great job. I think he is producing at a level that we should be really proud of for a young guy.
Amen to that. Hey, make sure you guys, if you haven't yet, I appreciate it. It helps my algorithm. I had to erase all my videos because of what happened with YouTube. So it really helps my algorithm if you guys could hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Even leave a comment. Let me know. Do you think the 49ers are winning the Super Bowl? That would be much appreciated. BNA, you got anything else to say to us, man?
Can't take the Rams lightly. We got to come out 2-0. Like, it's a home game, so we should win it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah, take us out of here, BNA. Let's get out of here. My wife's wants to use the Peloton, and I'm in her way.
See if I remember this one.
Hey,
man, love it. Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to say one thing before we wrap up. It's the quickest question. Didn't you think that the guy before the last caller sounded hella like John Gruden?
It might have been him.
Go back. Roll the tape back, dude. I almost made him say spider wide banana before you hung up. But...
Hey, you know what I forgot? Also, make sure you guys all go subscribe to Sourdeath Sam. He just started his channel. It's phenomenal. He's the creator of Kyle 5000. If you don't follow Sam or subscribe to Sam, you're tripping. Same with BNA Music. He's super entertaining. Make sure if you guys support me that you support them too. I really appreciate these guys. I appreciate all you guys being here. We're out of here. Have a great evening.
Bro, I'm out of here. I gotta take a piss hella bad.